First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rukakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim and you, Akwat, that believe in all sincerity. This video is going to be entitled Stewards, okay? And, earlier this evening, I went to a union meeting for work, and they were basically, going over a lot of information about the union for plumbers out here in Arizona, okay? And there's many ways to get into the union, but the most common way is to go through the apprentice program, which is 5 years, okay? And, guys go through schooling, okay? They become book smart, and also, there's hands-on training. And, after you finish the 5-year apprentice program, you become a journeyman. After a journeyman, you become, or you could become a foreman, a general foreman, okay, a superintendent, and then a GC, okay, and that's just for out here in AZ. They do it very different in different locals. But the point I want to make is there is a position, okay, called steward, and that position is basically put on every job site. There's supposed to be a steward, all right? There's supposed to be a man that basically he's a go-between the workers and the higher ups, okay, of that particular company, and I've always liked that word steward because it reminds me of the scriptures, all right? And basically when you look up the word steward, okay, it says here, stewards deal with complaints, investigate and settle grievances, and ensure that working conditions live up to the contract, okay? Now, I'm not going to go into the whole contract thing because that's a whole nother spiel, but it says here of educating the members in his or her department, both the old and the new, about the collective bargaining agreement, union policy, and why changes occurred. All right, and like I say, the bargaining agreement, the contracts, union policy, all that, that's a bunch of jargon. It's not really important. The important thing is, as it says here, what does a steward do in a union? Good stewards are the backbone of an effective union. They reach out to the new members and help educate them on their rights. They serve as a bridge between elected union leadership and workers on the job. They listen to coworkers and provide a confidential way for members to bring forward their ideas and concerns, okay? So, stewards, that word steward is in the scriptures, all right? Let's start here. This is 1 Corinthians 3:10. It says, according to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, all right? And we're talking about labor trades, whether they be carpentry, plumbing, electrician, the truth is likened unto, men that are become wise master builders. Okay, now, when you look up this word master builder,
Strong's G 753, architecton.
Architecton. Okay, a master builder, an architect, the superintendent in the erection of buildings, you see? So, this is the Apostle Paul, okay, writing a letter to the Corinthians. According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation. And when you build a building, you have to lay a foundation. But under that foundation, what is there? There's plumbing. There's wiring, there's footing, all right? There could be rebar. So there's many different trades. There's many different, things that they go into, building edifying a building, okay? It says, I have laid the foundation and another buildeth thereon. You see, another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon. Yeah, every man has to take heed how he builds. Okay. Let's see.
Strong's G 2026. Epoikadameo. Epoikadameo.
Right, to build upon, to build up. Okay, because this is a work. This is a labor of love. And we're building. Even in the world, Jake has a saying. You know, me and my mans are building. Okay, and we are the Most High's husbandry. We are His building. Okay, we're being built up by the foundation of the holy apostles and prophets. Okay, and each one of us become wise master builders. All right, and we don't just from one day to another become a wise master builder. We are also like apprentices. And that's a spiritual thing. You know, about the apprentices. Because apprentices, you know, they you know they seem to be like the bottom of the totem pole. When I talk to them, um, they're like gophers, right? They go for this, go for that, and they could be grown men, but yet they have to listen to their journeymen. They're like sidekicks, they're assistants to the journeymans and whatnot. But it's I always tell them, man, hey, that teaches humility, that teaches humbleness, so that when you become a journeyman, you remember what it was to be at the bottom. You know what I mean? So, work reminds me of the truth. Because you can never get proud. You always have to take heed. And be not wise in your own conceits. Okay, because it says here, but let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon, for other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Hamashiach Yahushai. Yeah, you cannot lay no other foundation. It's already been laid. The apostles have always said, guys come into this thing and want to reinvent the wheel when it's already been done. It's already laid out for us. Now we just have to be wise on how we build, because men have already been building, have already been doing this labor. Okay, because the Heavenly Father has set some first. Okay, in the church. Okay, mainly the apostles, prophets, and teachers, so on and so forth. So this truth is very much likened into to work, right? Going up, 1 Corinthians 3:9, for we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High's husbandry, ye are the Most High's building. You see that? For we are both the Most High's workers, and you are the Most High's field, you are the Most High's building. Yeah, we're workers. We're working for a reward. Okay, and that's what's beautiful about having this truth, that we can spiritually extrapolate from our experiences that we experience when we're with those that are without. This is Galatians 4. And I'll start at 1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all. Okay. Let's get this in the NLT. Think of it this way. If a father dies and leaves an inheritance for his young children, those children are not much better off than slaves until they grow up, even though they actually own everything their father had. And as I mentioned, the apprentices have to go through a 5-year apprenticeship. Okay, and they're basically gophers. They basically carry stuff, and they can't. Technically they're not supposed to really do any real work, because that's for the journeyman. But ultimately, when they finish the program, they're likened unto they're the man. You know what I mean? Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the father. You see, And when you're young, in the faith, you learn the scriptures. Okay. As a matter of fact, the scriptures say, let's see if we can find it here. Just so I can prove my point. 2 Timothy 3 and 15, then we'll come back. 2 Timothy 3 and 15. It says, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahushai. You see, when you come into the knowledge, you learn the scriptures, and they're able to make you wise unto salvation. Okay? But nonetheless, you need what? You need tutors and governors. Okay? It says until the time appointed of the Father. But under tutors and governors. And that word governor is what? Let's see. Tutors and governors.
Strong's G 3623. Akainamas.
And this is the word.
Akainamas.
This is the word steward. Okay. But I'm going to get it in Galatians 4 and 2. Okay. Because when you go down here, it's actually 10 times in the New Testament. And as you see, it's that word steward. All right. But nonetheless, let's read it. Let's lock Galatians 4 and 2. Because when you come into the knowledge, you're basically under tutors and governors or stewards. Just like an apprentice would be.
Strong's G 3623. Akainamas. Akainamas.
This is the manager of a household or of household affairs, especially a steward, manager, superintendent, whether freeborn or, as was usually the case, a freedman or a slave, to whom the head of the house or proprietor has entrusted the management of his affairs, the care of receipts and expenditures, and the duty of dealing out the proper portion to every servant, and even to the children not yet of age. You see, the manager of a farm or a landed estate, an overseer, and the scriptures say the Holy Spirit has made the overseers of the flock. The superintendent of the city's finances, the treasurer of a city, or of treasurers or quaestors of kings. Metaphorically, the apostles and the other Christian teachers and bishops and overseers. You see, us that are fighting this battle on the front line have a great job to manage the household affairs. This is the household of the Most High, and there's many different offices. Okay, as I mentioned, apprentice. Okay, journeyman. Okay, in between, journeymans and supervision or higher ups. They're stewards, and truth be told, no matter what position you are in this faith, you're a overseer, you're a manager, you're a steward. Okay, we all have a responsibility, and I hope this is making sense. Okay, but is under, again, Galatians 4 and 2, but is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father. You see? So we're always under those that have been ahead of us. That's why the scriptures say to esteem them greatly, okay, that have labored in the truth, matter of fact. First Thessalonians 5 and 13. Well, we'll start at 12. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord and admonish you. You see, those that are over you through the Spirit, okay, they labor among you, but they're over you in the Spirit, and they admonish you. And that's why you see a brother that, has been in the truth longer than you, like he just, through the Spirit, for most part, he a little bit more seasoned in the Spirit, because he's had more experience. Okay. And that's just the truth of the matter. all right, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among ourselves. You see? So you esteem them highly for their work's sake. Same thing at work. They got this thing called seniority, right? Those that have been around, they usually know how, the water flows, so to speak, at the job site. Same thing in the truth. All right? So, let's see. Where was I? Galatians. Yeah, Galatians. All right? Yeah, and we're under tutors and governors until the appointed time of the Father. We always have, those that are above us teaching us, showing us certain things, going over things that, we have to take notes on, we have to go back on, until we be made perfect, and that's just the way it is, and we're all a body, and we all work towards the same goal, is to what? To edify. Let's see. Let's get that. That's how you know the scriptures are for men. All right. Because men is who you usually find laboring, out there, in the field. Okay, Ephesians 4:16, from whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth. Every brother supplies, something, has something to bring to the table through the Spirit, a talent, all right, a gift, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part, make it increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love. You see, right? It's all carefully intertwined. Okay, and it makes the body increase in edification, and this is all love, man. Rebukes, comforts, history, Hebrew, helps, tongues. I mean, everything, right? There's even the uncomely parts of the body, man. Let's not forget about them. To them, we you give more grace. Because those uncomely parts, you wonder how they're doing it. Hey, through the Spirit, the Lord be with them. They might not seem necessary, but they are necessary. Just on the job site, a lot of people treat the people who clean up, on construction sites like crap, But those dudes, truth be told, if the job site is not clean, then production really is just not that great. There's just so much mess, and you can't inhabit a building. You can't edify a building unless you get all the wasted material, the scrap, out, unless you clean it up. How are you going to open the doors for business? All right. So, those uncomely parts, those small parts are important. All right. And as I mentioned, this truth is likened to a labor of love. All right. And we're all basically like stewards, especially if you have a position, but even if you don't, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility more so than those who are not on the front line. Okay. And that's the point of this lesson. Okay. Let's see. It says 1 Corinthians 4:1. Let a man so account of us as of the ministers of Hamashiach, right? We're the ministers of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Lord willing, we endure to the end, and stewards of the mysteries of the Most High. You see? Stewards.
Strong's G 3623. Akainamas. Akainamas.
The manager of household or of household affairs, right? And we just read, the body edifies itself in love, every joint supplying, to the other part. Metaphorically, the apostles and other Christian teachers and bishops and overseers. Okay? So, we looked up that word steward, and basically the steward is the go-between between workers and the higher ups. So every brother plays his part in this carefully oiled machine. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. You see, right? Man be found faithful, right? Got to continue in the work. It's the word faithful.
Strong's G 4103. Pistos. Pistos.
Right, trusty, faithful, of persons who show themselves faithful in the transaction of business, right? Because, this truth is likened unto a business, a manager of household affairs, the execution of commands or the discharge of official duties, you see? One who kept his plighted faith, worthy of trust, that can be relied on, easily persuaded, believing, confiding, trusting. In the New Testament, one who trusts in the Most High's promises. Okay, so basically, one who is trusty. You can be relied on. All right, and that's as it says here, servants of Hamashiach. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. This has been Stewards. Okay, again, Lord willing, you got something out of this. And it was able to, you were able to follow. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim and you Aquat that believe in all sincerity. Shalom.